Okay, so we start the recording process before the game begins. And then as the game starts, we see them start to run down the field here. We're going to set our first in point. We're going to talk a little bit about organizing our events and our clips as we create them and tagging them. So as he's running back here, I'm going to create my out point. And I know that he was the West team, so tag mode 2 gives me West. It was a run back by number 23, and I know run is 2, and I hit enter, and it adds that to the clip. And I'm ready to start my next clip. Again, you can hit the in point a few times until it actually starts. Now this is a pass by the East team. So there's my out point, and again, it's an East team. Don't know who passed it. It's a pass, enter, and I now have East pass on that clip. I'm ready for my next event. So I hit enter repeatedly until the event actually starts, which is about right here. And this is going to be a pass. I look at my multi-viewer and I can see that it was an actual completion. Set it out. And again, that was the West team. Don't know who the player was. I can skip it with 0-0. I know it was a pass. Enter. And again, I can hit an in point, even though it's late. And I can see an out point. I know that that was the East team with a pass. Hit enter. Start my next one. And even though that last clip didn't have an accurate in and out point, I'll get there. So in this one, he actually fumbles it. So there's a fumble. So I know that that was the East team. Did a fumble. Fumble is 5. I hit enter. That's on there and ready to go. I'm ready for my next event. And I'm going to hit the in point when they line up. Now I know that this next play is actually going to be a pass and an interception. So we'll mark our in point. It's going to fade back. And again, I watch the multi-viewer and I can see the interception on the multi-viewer. The other player running the ball back. Here he comes, and finally he is down. Now, so I'm going to do that. Now it was the West team that ran it back, and it was number 21. I can see that right there. And that was an interception, which is 6, and we're going to put that on there. Now, once you end up with a variety of information or tags, we can start to use them. And the director might say something like, hey, we've had a lot of passing in this game. Can we see some of the passing game? So I'm going to find all the tags that have the word pass on them, and I'm going to add them to the playlist. So we'll just come down here. I've got 3 passes right here in a row. Now, I'm still over here on B. I'm live, watching the live game. But over here on A, we can go down to the playlist and we can start modifying our playlist. And I can look at the first in point. The first thing I can decide is what camera angle I want. Hold down angle and look at different camera angles that are available. So here's the first camera angle. That looks a lot better. So here's my in point, the pass, and then my out point. It's just going to go to the next clip. So that's going a little long on the out point. As soon as he's down, I'm going to hit shift out. And then it cues up my next clip. So there's my in point of the next clip. And I really didn't see the action in there. And I can look at the clip and see that it's camera angle 2. Let's try camera angle 1. Again, I back that up to the beginning, and now I can definitely see the pass. That's what I'm looking for. Now, my out point, it goes a little long, so let's get him right after the tackle. Shift out for the out point. Move on to the next one. Okay, this does not look like a good camera angle at all, so let's again go to camera angle 1, and my in point is not good on this one. So we need to go over and modify the in point. So we're going to go to the in point on this clip, and we're going to go back beyond and find our in point and say shift in, and then move through and find the out point. And now we have our playlist complete with our 3 plays. So we can hit the stop button 3 times to reset the playlist all the way back. It's on A. B is live. To transition our playlist over, we simply hit auto. Autoplay is on. The playlist automatically starts playing. We get fades between our different plays that we put in. And since we set up the camera angles and the in and outs, we know it all looks great. And when that's done, over here on A, we go back to live, and we just transition right back to the live game.